name is Dr. Mike Cubbin. I'm a practice management consultant, but I haven't always been. I've been a professional for the last 30 years. And those 30 years can be divided in half. The first half, as a doctor treating patients, about 300 every week in a high volume solo practice. The second half, as a science teacher, right here in New York City schools experiencing the same success that I had in my practice. Now I mention this because my success came by hard work and a little bit of luck. Luck because if it were not for my beginnings as a doctor, where I learned to run a highly successful business/practice, I would never be promoting a program that instructs teachers how to run highly successful classrooms. I experienced great success as a doctor working side by side with practice management consultants, and then I took that information, that knowledge, and I transferred it into teaching, where I am able to apply the statistical analysis that I used in my practice right into the classroom, as well as being able to share this knowledge with my peers and colleagues. Now, my experiences in these two professions uniquely qualifies me to consult with the education field using the best of both worlds. But as with anything new to any profession, there will be questions, and I hope to be able to answer some of them for you. This is a person hired or enlisted by a business or a profession to come up with solutions using objectively measured statistical analysis to increase the performance of an individual or a group of individuals in a particular field, while at the same time developing some type of strategy or plan to improve or increase the benefits or services that are offered to the customer, the client, the patient, whoever the person is receiving the services of that particular profession. In our case, those people are our students. Now, traditionally, teachers view themselves, and I believe rightly so, as professionals. So then why are we not seeing more widespread positive results as are other professions? Now, one might say culture has changed, students have changed, work ethic, motivation has changed, but where does that kind of thinking get us? Change happens to every single profession. So what is the answer? Or is there an answer? Is it possible that this is just the way it's going to be? I don't believe so. I don't believe so because I've used and taught others that by applying statistical reasoning to increase our production in the classroom, that we can change our current status. This is the basis for the business of school practice management consulting. Coaches and mentors are part of the school system, and they can be very supportive to the new teacher as they are experienced educators, very knowledgeable in content standards as well as curriculum. They offer instructional support that many teachers, new and veteran, often find helpful. But a mentor or a coach works within the system. Their ideas come from within the system as well. Their strategies, their techniques, they all come from within the system. Unfortunately, the system is not working. When I first sat down with a practice management consultant as a doctor, I had no idea what he would say or tell me to do. No idea whatsoever. As it turned out, his advice had nothing to do with what I was doing as a doctor, nothing to do with how I was treating patients. It was all about the business or lack of business that was going on in my office. I learned the strategies necessary to drive my practice using data. I ran a highly efficient, data-driven, goal-focused practice. Now, without that knowledge, I would surely have failed. Data drove everything in my office, everything from setting appointments, making appointments, keeping appointments, changing appointments, following up patients with missed appointments, calling patients, staff meetings, insurance, billing, income. Everything was driven by data that we got from our office. Now, the vast majority of coaches and mentors are simply not schooled in the ability to marry data with goal setting, time management, and prioritization as adeptly as someone who has experienced success in both business as well as education. This is what uniquely qualifies me to consult with the education field.